Weather conditions around Texas make roadway maintenance a locally unique endeavor. In North Texas, for example, snowplows are necessary for clearing the roads during winter. That often results in ripping up retroreflective pavement markers, or RPMs, which are raised safety devices on the roadway that helps drivers navigate hazards. Building on a previous research project, the Texas Department of Transportation determined how to protect RPMs within the current infrastructure.
The whole point of this is that every winter we plow off millions of dollars worth of RPMs while we're plowing snow off of our highways. The RPMs are come off with the snow through this process, and so we have to replace them every year. So the thought is, if we put these RPMs and recess them in these already existing milled rumble strips, that when we come back through the plow, we won't plow them off.
And one of the major things is that we wanted to make sure that people can actually see the retroreflective pavement markers while installed in the rumble strips. For the previous project, we did it with a small team. For this project, we actually did human nighttime visibility studies in which we recruited participants to participate in the project to determine whether they can actually see it.
This particular project, it really went in and looked at that reflectivity values to make sure that it was still meeting our standards, even though that they are recessed into the pavement.
Our results essentially showed that the markers had a really high survival rates when they were installed in that approach compared to surface mounted markers. In addition, based off of some work that we did on that project, we found that the visibility was approximately around 900 feet.
During the winter, we would plow these reflective pavement markers off the road. And while we would come back and install them at a later date, there was a number of months where those markers were non-existent on our highways. And so by putting them in these milled rumble strips and recessing them where they're not plowed off, they're on the highway all the time.
And when we think about how much money is going to be saved, we estimated around $3.5 million a year, just based off of having these RPMs in the pavement. And I would say that's a conservative estimate because we estimated around 75% of them are going to persist, and it's likely that that could be higher. One of the key findings is that the rumble strips need to be at a certain depth. So we're looking at developing an approach, perhaps using lasers, in which we can quickly scan existing rumble strips to determine whether they're at the appropriate depths. So that way, this method can be deployed. In terms of future highways in which you are now cutting in new rumble strips, the major next steps will be to make sure that contractors can cut these rumble strips at the appropriate depths and tolerances. So we are creating recommendations for contractors.
For more information and to find the publication for this project, please visit the TxDOT Research Library at the link shown below.